All right, so around the same time I discovered this strength, I was watching a documentary on something called the Pyramid Code, and it's all about, they were talking about male and female energies and about symbols. And there appeared on my TV screen an ankh. If y'all know what an ankh is, it's simply a cross with a loop on top. And this appearance of the ankh, while I was doing my stretching, my watching while I was doing, I noticed that there was the beginnings of that ankh shape right on my forehead after 30-some years of focusing towards symmetry. And I flipped out. It was all about male and female energy and the idea that the Egyptians used this symbol, that there was power in the symbol. And I think there's no power in metal. There's power in the human physiology. And what it struck me that they were honoring this process of moving into symmetry. That as a person, no matter who it is, human physiology has 5 main points, here, here, and here.
Well, we don't think anybody will ever argue with you about the value of balance or the value of symmetry. And certainly symmetry and balance have to go together. They are practically synonyms, aren't they not? In other words,
yes.
without symmetry, there really cannot be balance. And so are we talking about the symmetry of the energy? We're sort of kind of are, aren't we?
Yes. And see, there's a paradigm belief within our human race that we are asymmetrical, and you just accept it. You just move forward with it, and you just deal with it. You cannot, the belief has been in the background. It's not even thought about. It's just assumed that we are asymmetrical beings, and that's the way we're meant to be, and we move forward with it. We do nothing about the thing that we see that's obvious. We do nothing about it because we believe it can't be changed, because bone is unchangeable until we get older and we get decrepit and we die. And
so, go ahead.
I think old age is simply a manifestation of asymmetrical decline, and death is asymmetrical collapse. And I think that this process of moving into symmetry is what Ponce de Leon was looking for.
Well, that fountain of youth really is about alignment.
Yes.
We are not in agreement that what you call the death experience is the collapse, because it really is the complete alignment. In other words, there's no greater symmetry than that. And once this time-space reality has provided you the opportunity that your path was asking for to come into alignment and experience the exaltation of being physically focused with the balance of source flowing through you, as long as there is still that which is calling you, then you will remain here. But you did not come into these bodies intending for them to be the vortex or the vehicle through which your eternal focus would come. We are appreciating and enjoying all of the words that you're offering, and there's nothing that you're saying that is out of alignment with anything else that we've been saying here today. But there's one piece of clarification that we do want to insert here, and that is that as you, through different things that you were living, found greater and greater balance, what he experienced, and you heard it as his very wonderful dialogue unfolded, you found a way to come into that alignment that we were talking about. And so this moving thoughts to things, this what's in the vortex being realized, you created an atmosphere through what you were studying and through what you were practicing that allowed the ideas to manifest in greater ideas. And that's where your philosophy, that's where your rendezvousing with the symmetry began serving you. In other words, all of that is accurate. The thing but what most humans do, they go looking around, in other words, write a book, they would want to say, about all of this, and then I will read the book about the symmetry, and I will do the stuff about the jaw. And what we want to say is, that's more conditional than we want. We don't want the action to be the thing. We don't want you to perform an action in order to accomplish a physical symmetry, in order to find alignment. We want you to find alignment, which will then inspire the movement. In other words, when you watch the animals, the symmetry of the animals in motion, Esther is fascinated with the flock of birds that are moving in the sky in this perfectly balanced dance one with another. In other words, inspiration first and then inspiration to the other. Not needing to find in other words, we don't think it's a good idea to go to a chiropractor and ask him to crack you into alignment. Because while he could help you with more symmetry in your body, you wouldn't maintain it because you got there through an action that the vibrational energy of you is not supporting. And so it doesn't matter what you practice so do you believe that the practice of the physiology is what led you to the balance, or do you believe that you found a vibrational balance that led you to the practice of the physiology?
It was the thought that felt so good
that led you to that.
I could do it. That I could. It felt really good.
So
to
there
think
was
that
a
I could
desire
fix it.
for it,
Yes.
a desire for it, and then a
Yes.
discovery of a process that worked well for you.
Yes, and I do it every day, and I've
Good.
been doing it every day for 30, because it feels
Good.
good.
Yeah.
And it's been a knowing for 34 years that this
Good.
is possible, and that this is...
All things
It's
are possible. It's possible
yeah.
to have as much money as you spend. It's possible. It's possible to have an answer to every question that is born within you. It's possible for a solution to be right there with the question. It's possible that every problem is producing an equal solution, and every question is producing an equal answer. There is symmetry in this universe, that the source within you is always accomplishing. And the emotion within you is letting you know in every moment that you are losing your balance in some way. Nice to know, isn't it? Really good. Enough?